questions.
So did your editor say you had to cut it?
No. I told her, I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified. So, when I'm terrified, I just don't ask the direct question. I thought maybe this will just go away. And she didn't ask me to cut it. I mean, she did her usual editorial thing, and I did wind up cutting, I think it was like a page and a half. But she was right. It was such a huge book for me to write, and there was those 3 different tracks going along that I had repeated myself. I can't even remember what it was, but it was like a page and a half. And she said, you already said that on page whatever. I was like, I didn't even see it when I sent it in. So I wound up cutting a page and a half, but that was it. Then, here's the part 2 of the story. I love this part of the story. She, I don't know if you guys know about the quarto thing. I don't quite understand it myself. I've never been to what they call the print shop, where they actually fabricate the book. Well, they print them based on a quarto. They fold the manuscript paper in quarters, so it's quarter. So, if you look at the page count on a lot of books, you'll see that it's divisible by 4. And there's a certain page count that they like to keep it to, because then the book, they make a profit on a book that costs $24.95. So it's all about the numbers, folks. So I was really sweating it, and I was really relieved when I didn't have to cut any of this book, because naturally every word was, graven in stone. And this was along about November, it was, barely 3 months ago, I got this panic-stricken call from Kelly. And she said, "You're really going to laugh when I tell you this." And I never laugh when she tells me that, whatever it is. So I said, "Okay," and sat down. She said, "No, really, you're really going to laugh when I tell you this." She said, "No," she said, "we're putting the book together." She said, "And we're finding that we have this odd page count with with the first chapter, with Nineltna, the first part of which I just read you, Nineltna 1918. And I said, I could just feel my shoulders slumping when she said this, and I said, how much is it that you wanted me to cut? And she said, "That's where it's funny, Dana." She said, "We need it to be longer." God. So, I think an editor, I don't think any author will stand up here and tell you that, in fact, you can't go back and add reams of stuff to a book. You shouldn't do that, because, you just shouldn't do that. But you should have enough words to tell the story and no more, and tell it well. But I went back to Nineltna, and I was able to add, I think she needed 6 lines. That's the first time in 27 books anybody's ever asked me to do that, and I hope to God nobody ever asks me to do that again. Adventures in publishing. Questions?
How do you do your editing?
How do I do my editing?
Your own editing.
Do you need a proofreader?
Do I need a proofreader? Editing. This is the process. I write the rough draft. I used to write 7 drafts. Now I write the rough draft. I let it sit for as long as I can, up to a month, if it's at all possible. And then I go back and I write the finished draft, and I send it in. So it goes through me twice. That's just before it gets to New York, because then it comes back with editorial comments. I'll get the dread editorial letter from my editor, and she will have some stuff that she wants me to incorporate or take out, and we fight it out, and I, stick up for what I try to pick my battles, because I want a good relationship with those people, but, and then she hands it off to the copy editor. Then it comes back, with all my commas moved around. So I have to move them back. And then what? Oh, and then it goes to the print shop, where it's set in typeface. And then I get it back in the form of it's the format that you see if you've ever seen an advanced reading copy. That's but librarians for sure know what that looks like. But that's basically the typeset. And so that's my last chance. And it comes with this hideous letter from the publisher with all this warning language. If you change more than 3.25% of the typeface, we're going to charge you for the print house fee. They never have. Not ever, one time have they ever done that. But they always warn you. They're trying to scare you not to fix anything, really. You can change a misspelled word, and they're happy with that. And in fact, I don't think they're very happy with that, but if that's all you do, then they're very happy about that.
Well, what's the length of the process?
Oh, God. From me writing it at first, or the
first copy you send it to them.
The first copy I send, it depends on when my editor gets to it. It can be 6 to 8 months. Yeah. Yes.
Now, when you say you're writing a book, are you doing handwriting, or are you writing with the word processor?
Computer.
Or Email or how?
Computer, online, or not online, I have a computer. I've been working on a computer almost from the beginning. I started out on an IBM Selectric, and I bought one of the very first personal computers ever, a K-Pro 2. Anybody? Yeah? Remember that great big thing? Remember the floppy disks? Remember the code that you could see? Oh, God. Yeah, and so I took to a computer right away. Yeah, I don't know how Shakespeare did it in longhand with a quill pen. Yes.
I have so many, but I'm trying to keep this small. But do you have, like, I envision a writer with this big series having, like, a wallboard of the characters and the tie-ins and all of this stuff and just having...
Well, that's real nice, but nope. And you know, any author will stand up here and tell you different. And how an author gets a job done is the right way to get the job done, but we all do it differently. Some people, I'm sure Jeffrey Beaver could stand up here and tell you that he's got everything plotted out for the next 50 books. That's not me. He has like 80-page outlines. I mean, he's got the book probably a quarter written before he starts to work on it. Me, I start out with an idea. Then I'll write probably somewhere between 20 and 25 chapters, just a paragraph each chapter saying what's going to happen, and that's what I start out with. And I use that for an outline for the book, and I probably get maybe 1, maybe 2 pages into the outline, and then it goes. And I just pretty much follow my bliss after that. And essentially, I have just followed my bliss throughout the series as well. I don't know what Kate is going to do next. I don't. And I'm happy with that, because I think if I did know, that I wouldn't be quite so excited to get back to her every time. And I want to be excited to get back to her, because once I start being bored with Kate, I'm going to stop writing her. I don't want her to go stale. We all know people who have gone, a long-running series who should have quit writing. I don't blame them for that. I'm sure they got a lot of pressure from their publisher, who want to be able to continue to market a known quantity. But I was quoted in the paper today, or yesterday, as saying I'd rather starve in a ditch than write Kate after she got stale, and I meant that. And I will do that, yes.
Are you going to do any more